Hello and welcome to the show. I am here today going to be taking a look at Nascar 25. Now, regular viewers will know I am actually quite a big fan of oval racing, so I was very interested to see how this game was going to turn out. Gotta say, I've been impressed with this one. I've actually been quite impressed. So we're going to start off. This is just a career mode. We are going racing at a track. I don't know what. I've never driven around this one. Yeah, I don't know this one. It is I think a short course, relatively short course oval. So career mode. I'm in the ARCA series, still in the bottom tier that we have in the game. We're going to go into the practice here. We're going to get started. So you start off with your own team. You have a car. You gradually build your team up. You win events. You progress your way through to the higher series. Now I've gone and played with a bunch of the cars in sort of just free race and everything. Just get a hang of things. But yeah, this is kind of where we are at. Ooh, this is good. I haven't driven around too many of these really, these short course and low bang. I've completely ignored where the pit line is, but it's fine. Let's start off. Look, let's start off with the handling. That is a very, very significant and very, very important thing. And this is one of the things that is actually very difficult to do. You see, I'm playing this on Xbox. I'm playing this with a controller, as I'm sure a lot of people are going to. Now, I do have a big old fancy sim rig, and normally when I do oval racing, you are going to want a steering wheel. It is actually very difficult to get oval racing, I say working on a controller, but that's the best way of describing it, is getting oval racing working on a controller for everyone. See, I know my driving style, if you like, with cars in racing games in general is to flick the analog stick quite a lot. It's not very good at being smooth. Now, I'm by far, I'm not the only one that does this. A lot of people, I say most people, I don't know exactly, but a lot of people do that. Now, there are other ways of driving. You push the stick forward and you can be a little bit smoother that way. I struggle with that, but everyone's got different ways of driving. The problem is trying to translate oval racing into a controller. It just doesn't really work. While the whole sort of holding the stick forward and smoother approach is generally better, even when I've tried that and vaguely can use it, it's difficult to get right. As well, at the end of the day, cars are not driven with an analog stick. You're always going to be more precise with a wheel. Whee, bloody hell. However, I'm very, very impressed with this one. I'm very impressed with this game. Now, there are a whole load of options. There's a huge amount of assists, which are very cool, and I will go into that a little bit more later on. I have not really changed too much. What I will say is the handling works incredibly, incredibly well. I picked up this game and there's a learning period, sure, but I got sort of familiar with the way the vehicles drive pretty quickly, and it feels consistent, and you can be precise on the oval without having to, being a bit more ham-fisted, essentially. It does a very, very good job of making the oval racing work, of making it work on a controller, of you being able to position the car how you are intending it to, even when you're racing in a pack. We're going to end the practice there. I've vaguely got the hang of this. I've got the hang of this circuit enough to go into qualifying and into a race. Yeah, if we can end up around 6th place on the grid, I would be happy with that. And that's actually, so as far as the handling goes, that's actually quite a difficult feat. Like, even on, let's say, a Forza game, I love driving on Forza Motorsport. I think it drives incredibly well. But oval racing on Forza is not great. It's not the best. And the fact that this can, make oval racing very good fun and make it feel quite precise on a controller without me having to spend hours and hours and hours adapting to a completely different way of driving, that's some damn good going. I am pleasantly surprised how well it all works. Now, there is a slight drawback to this. With the NASCAR vehicles and so on, they do not just do oval racing, there are circuit racing. In fact, I didn't realise the ARCA cars went to Lime Rock, for example. Did a race around Lime Rock with them, which was interesting. The downside is that the handling when you go to those circuits does feel a little bit numb. While it works quite well for an oval because, well, that's what you're going to predominantly be doing, I guess the various or the various perhaps smoothing of inputs, I can't think of a better way of describing it, that works quite well on an oval. It does make the cars, numb is the best way of describing the way they kind of handle on a track. As I said, there are many, many settings, and I have no doubt you can change them. However, with the default that I have got sort of working here, that is kind of what I have experienced. Look, this is not, I say, the very, very peak of simulating, but it is very, very usable on a controller, and you'll get the hang of it. You definitely get the hang of it, and so on. So yeah, it's a good handling model that's easy to pick up. Any sort of racing game, it's going to be a challenge to a point to master. But it's good for close wheel-to-wheel racing, which is the entire point of oval racing. At the end of the day, the appeal of this, and the reason why I love oval racing itself, is because, in theory, you are going to be in a lot of battles. You're not going to be too often driving around on your own. It does happen, of course, but you want the cars to be precise enough when it comes to close racing, because the idea is you're going to be doing a lot of it. We are on the outside. That's okay. We will just sort of sit here. Now, another important thing is the AI, being able to race closely against the AI. Now, that is something that games have struggled with in the past, with AI cars, doing either being bad to race against or doing something. Here, I've been very impressed with the AI in terms of how they interact with the player car. They will, recognise where you are. They will give you space. They'll give you a realistic amount of space. They won't necessarily just completely dive out of your way when you go for a silly manoeuvre and whatnot, but they give you a properly good battle, a properly good race. Oh, okay, I came up a bit too much there. Almost put someone in a wall. Whoops. Also, well, we got away with it. I'm not doing amazingly well on this one, but it's fine. We can try. I'm not going to be able to get past there. They are genuinely really good to race against. And again, there is a whole load of settings that you can change for the way the AIs interact. One of my favourite ones in particular is a setting that is the field. I can't remember what it's called now, like field spread. Basically, how the difference in speed between the fastest AIs and the slowest AIs. I love that as an idea. It's fantastic because some games fall into the trap of having the field really, really spread out or really, really close, and this you can just tune it to whatever you like. Brilliant idea. More games should have that. We are trying to get past. I'm going to be a bit of an asshole on that manoeuvre. Yeah, almost fed him into the wall. Got on the throttle a bit too soon. We're trying to get... we're sort of in the middle. I'm trying to use what little bit of banking there is here to help get my car turned. Unfortunately, now we've got somebody to dive to the bottom. We cut them up a little bit. I will be getting shouted at by many people. We have not quite got this right. Car on the inside. Oh, so it's come up a bit. Well, someone was going to end up in a wall, and thankfully it wasn't me. Can I make... I'm not normally very good at making passes around the outside work. I when I have ran ovals, I tend to run on the bottom of them rather than up here. There does seem to be speed a little bit higher up. Which way round is it? I think if you go higher up on the... Well, there's very much banking here. You kind of go... Is it you're earlier on the brakes if you're higher up, or you get on the power sooner? You're later on the brakes on the inside, but you can't necessarily get on the power where you want to. There's not that much banking here, though. This is a very, very, very flat oval. I wonder if I can run all the way down at the bottom. Make some lap speed there. No, I just can't get on the power soon enough is the issue, and we're going to lose out. Trying something didn't work. Now, not only have we, of course... we're maybe working a little bit better I can get speed through there, but I can't utilise it. Now we're a bit slow in turn. What would it be? 3 and 4, if I remember my oval racing. Like 3 is on the way in. 3 is the way in. 4 is the exit, essentially. How are my tyres doing? Now I've got race distance to, I think it's 13%. Fuel is going to be fine. My tyres are not... We are definitely going to need new tyres. Dear God. So I've got Fuel is on an increased burn, tyres are on a bit increased wear as well, because we're doing shorter races, so we will want to pit. Good lord, this track is going to kill the tyre. I guess because we are on the flat, you know, you will really notice the tyres going away from you. I'm sure if you know what you are doing, there are ways to help keep the tyres alive. I am not that driver. Never been good. We might get away with just changing outside tyres, maybe, on this. The AIs are trying some different lines. I don't know where they're trying. Oh, okay, careful with that line. Trying to tuck down low on the exit might help me. Can we run a higher line through here? Get the car turned, try and throttle up. Don't know whether cutting down on the bottom for the exit is a good idea or not. Might be better just hanging it up high through this. You see, I seem to be finding a bit more speed up top on the way in anyway. It's not going to be, like this circuit here, there's not going to be all that much in terms of slipstream, is there? You're not really going fast enough for the draft to come into effect. Again, you can actually change how powerful the drafting is on the vehicles and so on if you want. The amount of options is genuinely impressive. Can we follow the white car through here? Gonna try and not quite. Just kind of try and make the most of an opportunity now. I've suddenly found myself on this lower line, although it does seem to have worked. I think the AIs might be starting to struggle with their tyres as well here. We are going to start catching lapped traffic, of course. That is, we've got 40 cars in this race, I think. 38 cars in this race, sorry. That is something that you're going to have to manage. Yeah, the AI cars we're racing have just suddenly started losing a little bit of pace. And my tyre, you start feeling them go away a little bit. They're definitely not going to like this. We've got the fuel to make it the entire way, but we are absolutely going to have to get new tyres before the end of this. We will dive down. It's really only the front. I mean, it makes sense. The front right is doing a lot of work here. Now I'm hoping the AI will get stuck in with the back marker traffic. Can happen sometimes. You can get help. You can get advantages by being a little bit braver through the traffic than the AI cars. Although now I'm going to have to start dealing with, say, my line potentially being taken away. The white car has completely fallen away behind us. That's helpful. However, the blue car has found some speed. I don't remember the names. I'm afraid I don't. I've never seen the Arca series. I don't know any of the names in this one. I presume they are all the real drivers and so on, but I don't know any of them. Come on, get through this corner. Just be patient before getting on the throttle. Try and keep the Toyota behind us. The leaders have not quite been slowed down as much as I would have liked up here. We're continuing to run a little higher there. We should be okay on the... Yeah, the blue car ran in fast on the bottom, but got no speed out here. Now, who is for position and who is not? Is the Ford? I'm going to presume... Oh, that Ford there is not for position. That's a very awkward spot. We've made it work. I mean, they're having their own little race. Ooh, we're up against the wall. Might be able to make this one work. Around the outside, possibly. Wanted to get on the throttle a bit sooner than I really could. That's fine. We're going to find ourselves blocked in up here. I'm finding more speed up top, but there's now traffic there. This is for the third place. Can we dive down? Have we got the grip if we dive down to the bottom to make this one work? We might actually be able to use the back marker as a pick. Keep that 23 stuck up high. Yeah, there's not really three. I mean, there are multiple lanes to make it work and whatnot, but yeah, we've made that one stick quite nicely. We're halfway through this race. It's a different sort of intense oval racing. We're going to sneak past on the bottom, and that's not the fastest way around that corner, but we can get past those cars and make something stick. That's second place. Okay. Black car up ahead, that is second place. I've just realised I have not done practice going into the pits. Oh, that blue car is still coming with us. Third place has slowly dropped back. I say we wouldn't need to pit for tyres. I think we're going to start losing a heap of time if we don't. because we have got... The tyres were dying quite quickly, and they've now seemed to, I say, levelled off a little bit. But I'm not going to chance trying to finish on like 10% tyre. That is asking for trouble. Can we dive down there? We can. That is good stuff. We will make that pass work. It's been a little bit scruffy, though. I feel like we've been losing some time. Don't know who the leader is, or where the leader is. Let's try and, say, hook it up a little bit more on the higher line. It's just kind of work. It's all getting quite busy in front of us. A little bit of patience. So they're going to start taking away the line that I want a little bit here. I'm also contemplating, there's a couple of thoughts so I'm not going to change all tyres. There's no point changing the left-hand side tyres. They're barely worn, but we'll save the time for that. It's already the front tyre that we're going to need to change. What I'm contemplating is, do I pit early and have really, really good tyres for a good few laps? I was hoping I could try and get to second, maybe, and I say then pit. But yeah, I'm thinking if I pit early, no one's making it to the end. I think they'll be losing way too much time. I mean, we're losing well over a second a lap at the moment. I do like the little, again, there's lots of information we can have on the screen. I like that. We can figure out what's going on. Is it that car? No, that car is very similar colour. Are they trying to go to the pits, maybe? No, they're just trying to go down. We've caught up to second place. I really wanted to try and get second before diving. But yeah, do I pit now? That's actually a bit of a better... Oh, sorry, the leader. Okay, the leader's lapping... Sorry, I was looking at the wrong lap time. The leader's lapping similar pace to me. Maybe a little faster, although we were in traffic. And the leader might not have been. Because, okay, we're going in with 10 laps to go. I'm coming in. My thinking is we can go all-out attack for those 10 laps. I don't know whether the AIs will... what the AIs are going to do for this. Oh, okay, so I think that blue car is the leader. Blue and white car is the leader. So this is the top three, essentially, all in a line. I'm going to... Please don't get a speeding penalty in the pit lane. That's that's my hope. Actually got to try and figure out where the pit entrance is. Oh, I wanted to be up here, but there's going to be cars in the way. Right, if we go through here... Oop. You know what, I'm going to do it next time around, because I want to figure out where the entrance... Oh, the entrance is down there. Okay. Right, next time around we come in, we get fresh tyres. Oh, will the AI try and stick it out for the whole race? That's what I'm pondering here.
10 to go now. Bring it in, pit this time.
Right, oh, I've forgot I have to pause it separately. Right, change strategy. Fuel. We're going to put fuel. I can't not put fuel in it. Doesn't really matter. Don't really need repairs. So yeah, sorry, it pauses again. You can request a pit stop and then you can go into this menu while the game is paused. That looks good to me. We will do that. We can change the strategy at any point from here. Right, speed limit 40. Okay. That's a sketchy pit entrance. To have not done any practice, we're going to have lost some time on that one. But I'm the first to blink, I'm the first to pit, but that means when I get out, I'm going to have so much grip on these tyres. It'll be lovely. Again, the way the game does degradation on the tyres, fantastic. It feels like a very gradual, as you would expect, decline in grip. You know, it doesn't suddenly just fall off a cliff. It's just gradually getting less and less. The car will be more and more horrible to drive. As you are going around the circuit, you will spin the wheels up a lot easier. You'll get a lot more oversteer and so on. Now, we have fallen to 22nd position, which is not too terrible in the grand scheme. But we've actually come out. Basically, we've lost an entire lap. As you can see now, though, on fresh tyres, just how much quicker we are than everybody around us. So the car that we were basically following before, I have immediately dive bombed and got past. Back end does want to step out. Yeah, my figuring is I'm going to make the most of these tyres, because if I keep running long and then the tyres give up at the end of the, like, completely giving up, at the end I'll have had these good laps. I think the AI are maybe going to try and gamble going to the end. It might not, I say it might not matter. We might actually be able to go for it and really, I don't know whether we've already completely lost sight. And the unfortunate part for me is, well, as you can see this, we're going to maybe have to use the bumper a bit to move lapped down cars out of the way. Can I sneak through there? That's a bit of an unusual way of making it work, but we have made it work. Let's keep going. We've got to push our way through this. I'm going to dive into these corners. Not ideal. Then they might not be. They might be trying to go to the end. Oh, I've been in a few races like this where, with the length of race that I've selected and the tyre life of the cars, it's really dicey whether you need to pit or not. And this one is, I say, definitely more on the borderline. None of them are coming in at the moment. I was expecting more of them, to be honest with you. It was a good lap. I mean, we are going a second and a half a lap quicker than anybody else on the track, pretty much. We're in the low 24s. Come on. We've just got to keep pushing. We've got to keep pushing and hope their tyres are just going to get worse and worse in this. No one is coming in. I have made a blunder on this one, and that is, I say, the inexperience of this. We can just roll it in past that. We'll maybe still get a top 10 in this. No one's bailing into the pits at the moment. Come on, we'll just keep overtaking everything. God, the leaders are completely falling away. We are now almost 2 seconds a lap quicker than the leader. Come on, tyres, give up on the AI cars. 2 laps remain. We've unlapped ourselves. We are picking our way through, although as my lap times are struggling because we're in traffic constantly. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. I mean, looking at the mini-map, we can see where the leaders are behind. We're not going to be able to catch them. Oh, I was expecting everyone to need a pit. That's why I went for for the strategy I did. Should have stayed out, pretty much. It's the final lap to go for us. Who are we looking for? You are all in the 20s. None of this is helpful for me, sadly. No, none of you are. Yeah, I was expecting the AI to need to pit. Damn it. They got away with it. I mean, they were slow at the end, but we could not make the... We got the goal, the objective that it was asking for. Damn it. Should have stayed out on that one. Didn't think they were gonna make it, especially not with the wear that was going on. However, it was a really exciting race. We had a genuinely good battle on the web. It was a good showcase of what the new tyres are like compared to the old tyres as well on that one. Yeah, in the end, didn't need to pit. But there is a good, demonstration of the race. That's another thing there. I didn't piss anyone off. I got some people close to a wall, but I didn't actually put anybody in a wall. So, that's good. It was overall a very fun race, regardless. You're going to make those strategy blunders as you go around, as you are learning and as you experiment with the lengths of the races and the tyre, or how your tyres are going to wear, and all of that sort of thing. So, there we go. That was the race completed. Then we have the end of it, the rewards, if you like. So yeah, 12th place. At the end of this, as you go through the races, various parts on your car are going to wear. If I go into the next race with the condition where they are like this, my car rating is going to be much lower. My car is going to be a lot slower. So we then go off to the race shop, to the workshop over here. Various tasks are going to come in. We've got some new team members. Let's just start off with fixing up the car. So when you complete your race, you then have to fix the vehicle. Now this is done by time units or work points, I think is what it is called essentially. But you can fix the entire vehicle up. Let's say that one there costs 58. Now we're going to have to. It's actually taken a bit of a beating, this car, which surprises me. We can maximum repair that. We can't maximum repair that. If we do that, and then that, no, we're going to just have to end up with a slightly iffy engine. Not ideal, but that's just what we can do. Now, what you can do, for example, if unlike me, I can't always be bothered to assign it, but you can just do. I just wanted to show you that, for example. I normally just use the recommended one. That reckons engine and suspension priority, with the body maybe coming off worse. Either way, like, you're going to be left with some. I say you're going to be left with some. You might end up being left with some slightly iffy stuff. Now, what you do get is you get better mechanics. For example, you will get more work points. So that guy gets 85. The sort of basic ones get 50. This new mechanic gets 100. So we'll get more, which maybe I should have done that before going into repairing the vehicle and everything. But you get the idea. You kind of manage your team as you go through. It's not the crazy most in-depth one, but it's entertaining. It's a fun way of doing it. You will also get these opportunities, just like little events that go on. I am going to. That's so for XP. That's for more work points. I'm going to get some more work points because making the car quicker is always a good idea. I can. Oh, I can't go and actually reuse. Damn it! I was thinking I could go and repair it some more, but apparently not. But there you go. That's, you manage the team, and as you go through, you gradually expand, and all of that fun stuff. As I said, it's not the crazy most in depth, but it is a good. It's a good compromise between being massively in depth and being a bit too shallow. It works very well. You got the message. I've got my championship here. It's been a bit all over the place, to say the least. I've got a lot of wins, but I've also had some poor races. But it's very good fun. The thing I did want to say, or show, I say more specifically before we get through here. So I mean, like, your progression through this is kind of what you would expect from a career mode. It is actually more in depth than I was expecting, which is awesome. You customize the car and livery and all of that sort of stuff as you would think. Yeah, it's a fun career mode. We're going to go into settings for a minute. This is, I say, what I'm really impressed with. So you've got your normal thing with the damage control. Now you've got these driving. I haven't really fiddled about too much with these. Like it's just been, while getting used to the way the cars behave and the way oval racing is working on a controller, I've kind of just left that there. But this stuff here I find really cool, and I wish more games would allow you to adjust this. So AI difficulty, that's obvious, the difficulty level of the cars you're racing against. 98 at the moment for me seems about right. As I learn the game more, I'll whack it up. I would say skill range, I love this setting. Will determine the speed between the fastest and slowest driver. So I've whacked it down. I might actually put it down a little bit more. While it is, of course, you would be lapping cars on the relatively short course ovals in the series. I do tend to have a more compact grid. Feels more fun. But you've got things like stability, how cars are likely to lose stability, how likely they are to recover from crashes, how consistent they are on their lap times, how likely they are to crash on their own, how the tyre wear affects them, how the fuel consumption affects them, and that is awesome. That's a fantastic thing to be able to change all of this stuff. Really, really well done. To have these settings for the AI cars. I mean, you've got your normal thing. I don't quite. Again, you can change this. I will probably go to precision at some point when I'm a bit more familiar with the game. But yeah, I've really been enjoying this. And look, I get it. I like oval racing, and as I've said before, I am a big fan of this. I appreciate not everyone is. I appreciate not everybody finds oval racing as entertaining as I do. And this game, if you're not a fan of oval racing, this game isn't going to change that opinion. To be fair, I don't think any game possibly could. What I would say is, if you are a fan of oval racing, this actually works really well. The AI are great fun to race against. There's a lot of customizable settings to make the racing how you want it. which is fantastic. A lot more than you see normally from games, and everything works incredibly well. Even when just sitting here playing on a controller on an Xbox, for example, you can have some really good fun, close oval races. It does that remarkably well. And if you've got I say sort of a passing interest in oval racing, it's like you're kind of interested, this is a very good place to, I think, to get started. The career mode is fun. You've got sort of interesting progression through it, a little bit of management without going overboard on all of that. Yeah, I like it. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised by this one. As I said, I think it's got some of the best wheel-to-wheel racing AI I've seen for a little while. It's quite refreshing to have a game that genuinely, and that is so important because the whole point of the oval racing being fun is being able to race closely with other cars. And the fact that this one has done it so well, I am, very happy with. But there we go. That's going to be it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.